Hi, everyone. Welcome to the website walkthrough for Math 10-3. My name is Darcy Bloom, and I am the online teacher for this course. So I've just gone through and developed this material, and I want to take this opportunity to pass along essentially how this course works and how you'll go about learning and how you'll go about being assessed. To begin, let me just describe what Math 10-3 is all about. Math 10-3 is designed to provide students with the mathematical understandings and critical thinking skills identified for entry into the majority of trades and for direct entry into the workforce. The main goals are to prepare students to use mathematics confidently to solve problems, communicate and reason mathematically, appreciate and value mathematics, and finally become mathematically literate adults using mathematics to contribute to society. With that being said, please let me take a moment and just ensure that you are in the correct course. This is Math 10-3. This is very, very different than the other grade 10 math course, which is Math 10C. If you speak with your teacher, they can show you the progressions as, in other words, where do both courses go within high school. So finally, let me recap that Math 10-3 and Math 10C are very, very different courses. The video that you are watching right now will end up in about this area, give or take, once I record it and place it there. Let me take a moment and tell you that Math 10-3 is made up of 7 main units of study, and you can see them right here, working from income and money, measurement, angles, and finally down to trigonometry or right angle triangles. This course mapping document is kind of interesting. Both you and your teacher might want to look at this. When I click on this document, what you'll see is essentially a breakdown of everything that you have to do. Okay, so if I were to look at Unit 1, working with money, these are the things that you're going to do. It's kind of like a written guide as to what you're going to do as you work through the entire unit. So you start with number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And I'm not going to get into this too much right now, but what you will find as you move through this is that each unit is virtually identical in the flow. So what do I mean by that? It's always going to start with, the start here card. Number 2 is a pre-assessment. Number 3 is a notes package. The point I'm trying to say to you is it always starts, middle, and finishes the same way. Okay, so if you or your teacher want to use this document, perhaps you want to use it as a planning guide, or maybe you want to use it as a checklist as to what you've done and how much farther you have left to go in a particular unit. Next, what I've done here is I want to describe how you're going to learn. Student learning throughout Math 10-3 is primarily based on video lessons. Students will be required to watch numerous instructional videos that will present required theory, calculations, and concepts. Students will practice and improve their skills by completing various assignments and practice activities. At the conclusion of learning, quizzes and exams will be completed. So what I've done here, I'm not going to click on these right now, but these are just 2 example lessons that you will come through in this course. And like it said right there, the paragraph, you will be learning by watching videos of me discussing various contents and concepts. What I do want to take a moment to look at, though, is what we call a workspace. So if I jump over here, in Math 10-3, as you know, there are 7 units. So there are 7 workspaces. This is one workspace. And essentially, I've set them up for they all flow exactly the same. So what you're going to do is you're going to come to this unit. Your teacher will share this with you. Under the goals column, this is where you'll find the learning goals for this unit of study. In other words, what do you need to learn? What do you need to master? Most of everything you're going to do is going to be under the resources column. So what you're going to do when you come to a new workspace is you're going to watch the very first video, which is basically going to describe how to use this workspace. Past that, you want to simply follow the directions. So as you can see, Unit 1 pre-assessment. Look over in the Add Evidence column to find the pre-assessment for Unit 1. So what you would do is you come over here, you would click on this document, and you would complete that pre-assessment. Okay. Next, we've also provided you with a key. Now that's a big part of this course. We provide the keys for things that are called formative assessments. Formative assessments are assessments we use to help gauge your learning and for you to help gauge your learning. And then you and your teacher, based on the results of these formative assessments, can determine the best way to proceed. Perhaps you need more practice, perhaps you're able to move along, but that'll come up between you and your teacher. So once you've done the pre-assessment and you've checked your work, you'll come back over here. Each unit has a notes package. The notes package is very, very important because if I click on that, it'll load up here. Just give us one moment. The notes package is what I use to teach to. So you will see me, you're going to need these printed out for each and every unit. And like, for example, in this one, we have review simplifying fractions. In the video, you will see me talking to this video, making notes, doing examples. You're going to want this with you for each and every unit. Next, once I am done teaching, you will find assignments or questions that you must complete. So here we go. Assignment 1, simplifying fractions. So you will have to finish and complete these questions. And that will continue on over and over and over. What I do want to point out, though, which is very interesting, is you also have the notes package key. Now you're thinking to yourself, why would I give you the key for almost every assignment? That's because this is formative. We're not here to mark you on it. We want you, and your teacher, to have the key right then and there for you can check your learning. And then you and your teacher can decide the best way to move forward. Let's continue on. There's a vocabulary assignment, and that's completed within the notes package. Then you continue down further. Unit 1 review, simplifying fractions. So this will be the YouTube video of me talking to the very first lesson in the notes package. Once you're done that, you will come down to the practice. And the practice is the homework, the assignment you're going to complete. So this says page 6, number 1, A to I. Now, you're going to complete it. Ask yourself, do you have the answers to that? Yes, you do. The answers to that can be found right here in the notes package key. When you and your teacher are satisfied with your learning here, you move on to the next lesson, proportional reasoning. And this pattern is going to continue throughout the unit, okay? As you go down, 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 down. One thing I'm going to pause right here is you might find some topics require more practice. So you see here page 12, 13, and 14. Those are going to be within your notes package. You're going to complete them right there. And I think by now you know how to check your answers. Then I've also added worksheets here. So you'll click on this worksheet. Maybe your teacher prints it for you, or maybe you just do it on a separate piece of paper, but you have a worksheet. Then, have I provided the answer key? The answer is yes. You'll find them right here. So that was Unit Price 1 worksheet, Unit Price 1 worksheet key. So you can check your progress or your understanding right away. And this is the information that you want to use between you and your teacher to decide how well are you learning this content. Now that's going to continue on and on and on for each workspace until you get to the very end. First, you will have a formative assessment. A formative assessment, think of it as a practice unit exam. It's going to check your understanding of everything. And you can find that over here on the right-hand side. So you can look right here. You can print it off. You can do it on a separate piece of paper, whatever you want. But this basically is going to check your understanding of the entire unit. And as soon as it loads up here, sorry about that, just taking a moment. Here it comes. There you go. Again, you have the answer key. It's right here, so you can check how well you are doing, okay? Now, it's really key to understand that you want to make sure that everything that you're understanding is crucial, because you see, this is your last chance of practice. You're going to check your answers. You're going to realize, am I good? Am I not? And you're going to make a judgment with you and your teacher. Once that is done, if you go back here, we've completed the formative assessment. Now you have 2 summative assessments to complete. The summative assessments are what you are going to be marked on. They are going to test your understanding of the entire unit material, but please be aware that this is where your mark comes from. The summative assessments are counted for marks. And as you can see over here on the right-hand side, it tells you to go to your teacher. Please obtain this summative assessment from your teacher. You can't get it here, and you cannot print it off for yourself, and there's no answer key there.